Hi friends, I'm Azu and welcome to another build diary. The whole point of this video is to give you a feeling for a build played on my Path of Exile stream without min-maxed gear. I also want to show you the progression of my character and what things I learned during leveling and early mapping. Hence, you see if you like the character and don't get demotivated if you can't afford to throw tons of exalteds at it. This is my first time ever that I played Stormbronze, Archmage and Lowlife, so there is a lot of information I gathered on my way of playing that I can share with you. I'll write down important notes in this little box so you won't miss any. Right now you see me mapping my Stormbrand Archmage Hierophant on Lowlife with solid but not high-end gear on an Awakening level 8 tier 16 choosed up canyon map. I don't have 2020 gems yet and miss a lot of damage and energy shield on level 86. As I collected a lot of currency on my previous character, I spent around 5 exalteds on the current gear, but it's certainly not a requirement to just get started. I'll tell you which investments are most important later. At the start of each zone you have to cast your Stormbronze, and after that it's basically just hit and run as the brand recall keeps the brands active on high level. Just cast a brand every now and then to make sure all your brands stay up until the end of the zone before your gems hit level 20 or higher. Put brand recall on your left mouse button for a very smooth running experience. As long as you don't have high brand attachment range, you need to dive into packs, so be careful with that. I'm using the Ivory Tower body armor with the special mod Chaos damage is taken from mana before life, so be especially careful with chaos damage. It's really your one true enemy together with dots. While this item enables us to go low life with other benefits, it's also my main reason of death so far. I cast a brand, have low mana and boom! Chaos dot on the ground I can't even see in Delirium Mist just kills me. So if you don't play extra careful, I can't recommend this body armor with high mana cost skills like anything Archmage on hardcore. I wanna go fast, so a Quicksilver Flask and especially a Quartz Flask are mandatory for this build, together with a Flame Dash and Second Wind support. While you run around, try to play the piano with all your flasks, it highly increases your damage and survivability. Beside Flask, I currently use nothing to actively boost my single target. However, I have a very handy wand with the craft Trigger a socketed spell when you use the skill. In there I have a Cold Snap for chilling enemies and generating frenzy charges while mapping, and Wave of Conviction for applying lightning exposure to enemies together with a low level Arcane Surge. Oh yeah, talking Wave of Conviction, make sure to not level it up. It will kill you on physical reflect maps, even unlinked otherwise. Right now I'm using Arcane Cloak together with Cast when damage taken, but this could be a potent single target damage boost if self-cast. So maybe you wanna try that out, as I might do it too. Other than that, just run around and watch everything die in big lightning chains around you. So much to the basic playstyle of this build for the endgame. You can copy my character with the current gear into your path of building, the link is down below in the description. Now let's head back to the beginning. For leveling you have multiple options. There is no right or wrong, it simply depends on your playstyle and budget. As this was my first ever bronze character, I wanted to experience the skill from the very beginning and I can really highly recommend it. Leveling is very smooth, you just place your brand and let it do the rest while you keep running. You should rush the Runebinder keystone on your skill tree as it greatly enhances your single target damage. And after that, get the Keystone Elemental Overload to boost your overall damage even more. Otherwise, pick up Life and Mana nodes together with Mind over Matter and you're set. For gear, just use leveling uniques or what you find, and otherwise get the Atziri's Foible Amulet at level 16 with a nice anointment. It's even one of your endgame items. After hitting maps, I realized that I'm too low level to use all my items, so I leveled some more in the Blood Aqueducts to get to level 68. I was so hyped to go low life for the first time ever in this game that I immediately respect my passive skill tree. Oh yeah, side note, save up some regret orbs. And I also bought all my gear. And after that, I learned the hard way that I can't go low life without having my Uberlap ascendancy, Sanctuary of Sword. So very important, get that point before switching trees and gear. All problems solved, I wanted to level quickly to get into higher endgame. My mind got blown when I realized normal breachstones are worth only 1 Chaos Orb. Therefore I bought 20 for 20C and rushed from level 70 to 82 in like no time. Everything just died instantly. I can highly recommend leveling this way if prices are just so low. Otherwise, run whatever lower tier maps you have. These levels I mainly use to get more energy shield and spec into my cluster jewels and get tons of damage from them. If you don't have a lot of money, I'd recommend the following gear progression. First, get yourself a wand with high spell damage, mana and trigger craft together with the Ivory Tower body armor, as the build doesn't work without them. The unique itself is very cheap and I 6-linked it in around 500 fusings, which is like half an exalt at this league. Second, get yourself the other cheap uniques of this build together with some fevered mind jewels. They carry your damage until you can afford good cluster jewels. Then invest into some great cluster jewels with increased lightning damage and increased damage for brand skills. I bought mine for around 20 to 50C each and they boost your damage by a ton. They are rather easy to craft yourself too, by the way. Afterwards you can invest into the more expensive uniques, Skyforce and Cinderswallow Urn. If you can't afford the boots, you have to get reduced mana reserved on your tree, for example Sovereignty besides the Runebinder keystone. That's already your basic setup, and you should have no issues getting into red maps like this. What I will do next with this character is upgrade my rares and just farm more levels. Maybe I can change my skill setup a little with Arcane Cloak Self-Cast, as I mentioned before. The more expensive investments are a Watcher's Eye and Unnatural Instinct jewels, and getting more chaos resistance on my few rare items. I already killed all the Awakening level 8 Conquerors and run tier 16 maps, so there's not so much content left to do. Maybe after my single target damage is pushed some more, I can also run Cyrus and Simulacrums conveniently. That's the end of this diary. I hope it helps you out on your journey, and sharing my experience with this build will make sure that you don't do the same mistakes as I and have a fun character progression. If you enjoyed this content, please click that subscribe button. There is plenty more YouTube videos in the works. I'll also be happy to say hi to you on my Twitch stream. I'm usually live on Twitch Wednesdays to Sundays with optional YouTube days. I'm Asu and I hope to see you there or on my next video here. Bye bye!